What if the reality you perceive, the one you've always known, is nothing more than a meticulously crafted illusion, a hyper-realistic simulation designed to conceal a far deeper truth? Have you ever experienced a nagging feeling that something is fundamentally off, a glitch in the matrix hinting at a world beyond our everyday perception? These feelings aren't random. They're breadcrumbs leading to an ancient secret, a body of knowledge carefully guarded throughout history, promising the potential to break free from the confines of this perceived reality. This isn't just about abstract philosophical musings, it's about reclaiming your power. The alienation, the feeling of being adrift in a meaningless existence, the sense that you're a powerless pawn in a game you don't understand, these are symptoms of a deeper disconnect. The truth is you are far more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Imagine trading that feeling of helplessness for one of mastery, going from a passive observer to an active co-creator, shaping your reality with conscious intention. This is the promise of the Emerald Tablet, a legendary text whispered about in esoteric circles, the key to understanding and ultimately exiting the simulation. Think of the Emerald Tablet as a user manual for reality, a practical guide encoded in cryptic verses. Attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, a figure shrouded in myth, this tablet is not just an ancient artifact, it's a set of instructions. Its age-old wisdom whispers secrets of control, implying that if one line speaks of mastering inner thought, that mastery can ripple outwards, changing your world in tangible ways. Revered by alchemists, magicians, and mystics for centuries, this tablet's enduring influence speaks to a hidden power, a potential that lies dormant within us all, awaiting the right key to unlock it. But how does an ancient text relate to our modern understanding of reality? Consider simulation theory. The idea, popularized by films like The Matrix and shows like Westworld, that our reality is a computer-generated construct, a highly sophisticated program. The Hermetic principles, the very foundation of the Emerald Tablet, offer a framework for understanding the rules and mechanics of this simulation. Take the principle of as above, so below, the microcosm reflecting the macrocosm. This reveals the interconnectedness of all things, the understanding that events occurring on the astronomical plane mirror those here on Earth, and perhaps more importantly, reflecting the profound connection between our inner world and the external world. The principle of correspondence is more than just a philosophical idea. It's a foundational pattern for understanding how the inner and outer worlds connect within the simulation. The chaos you experience in your external reality may very well be the result of an inner landscape that is equally chaotic. This principle suggests that your inner world mirrors your external reality. Control your inner state, control your external experience. Change your thoughts, change your world. Understanding this interconnectedness is the first step toward consciously shaping your experience, toward hacking the simulation. The Emerald Tablet reveals additional keys to the nature of reality. Mentalism dictates that the all is mind, that the foundation of reality is fundamentally mental. Vibration, in this context, highlights that everything is in constant motion, vibrating at different frequencies. These vibrations manifest as different realities. Are your thoughts, emotions, and intentions mere happenstance, or are they the building blocks of your experience? Furthermore, intention, when focused, becomes directed energy, a potent force capable of shaping the very fabric of reality. Take a moment right now, visualize a positive outcome you desire, and truly feel the reality of that outcome as if it is already here. This transformation extends beyond the mental. Alchemy, traditionally seen as the transmutation of base metals into gold, carries a deeper meaning. It mirrors the transformation of consciousness itself. The initial stage, nigrida, or blackening, is akin to the disillusionment we feel as we question the nature of our perceived reality, when the old beliefs crumble. This is not a destruction of the self, but the beginning of something new. We'll explore this further. If reality is a simulation, who are the programmers? What are the limits of this simulation? Is it possible to rewrite the code of our lives? And what if the Emerald Tablet is the key to unlocking our full potential? But what if the entity behind the simulation is not inherently malicious, but simply limited or flawed in its understanding or power? Is the suffering and injustice in the world intentional, or is it the result of a flawed system? And is it possible to bypass the demiurge and connect with a higher source? What if the serpent is simply a symbol of knowledge and transformation, or the cube, a symbol of limitation of the material world, and the philosopher's stone, a symbol of enlightenment? Subscribe and stay tuned, because in the coming videos, we'll explore practical techniques for reprogramming the subconscious mind, delve deeper into each of the 7 Hermetic principles, provide strategies for overcoming limiting beliefs and manifesting your desires, and uncover the hidden wisdom within the alchemical stages of transformation. But how do we begin to grasp these concepts, to truly embody the wisdom of the Emerald Tablet, and begin to shape our experience within this simulated reality? The first step lies in understanding the fundamental principles that govern its very existence. Let's begin by decoding the principles of correspondence and mentalism, cornerstones to understanding your potential within this reality. The principle of correspondence, often expressed as above, so below, as within, so without, implies a mirroring effect between different planes of existence. But let's move beyond that initial understanding. Think of your inner world, your thoughts, beliefs, emotions as a meticulously designed blueprint. What if this blueprint isn't just a reflection of your outer reality, but in fact, the very source code that dictates its form? Consider this. If you harbor a deep-seated belief that you are unworthy of love or success, how might that belief manifest in your life? Perhaps you find yourself sabotaging relationships or encountering repeated setbacks in your career. These aren't random occurrences. They're manifestations of your inner blueprint playing out in the external world. This idea is even reflected in neurological science. The reticular activating system, or RAS, filters the overwhelming amount of sensory information constantly bombarding you, and programs your conscious mind to focus on only what it deems important based on your pre-existing beliefs. If you believe you are going to fail, your RAS will begin to show you all of the reasons why you are correct. If you believe you are worthy and will succeed, your RAS shows you all the data and connections to make that happen. Therefore, changing the blueprint addressing those limiting beliefs and negative thought patterns becomes the crucial first step in altering the manifestation, in rewriting the code of your external reality. How can you expect a masterpiece if the plans are flawed from the outset? Delving even deeper, the principle of mentalism asserts that the all is mind, suggesting that reality, at its most fundamental level, is mental in nature. Consider what this implies about the world around you. If the all is mind, then our collective consciousness, the combined mental energy of every being in existence, acts as the architect of the overall simulation. Your individual mind, then, serves as the programmer of your personal experience within it. Is it possible that reality springs forth from the same universal mind? This concept mirrors the observer effect in quantum physics, where the very act of observation influences the behavior of subatomic particles. Recall the double-slit experiment. When scientists attempt to observe which slit a particle passes through, the particle behaves differently than when it is not observed. Without getting bogged down in technical jargon, what this insinuates is that consciousness and observation directly impact reality at its most basic, granular level. Isn't it possible that our focused attention, our collective thoughts and beliefs, are constantly shaping and reshaping the reality we experience? If so, then what power might you wield by consciously directing your mental energy? To begin harnessing this power, let's engage in a brief exercise in inner reflection. Close your eyes for a moment and bring to mind a specific area of your life where you are currently facing challenges. Perhaps it's your finances, your relationships, or your health. Now, as you focus on this area, ask yourself, What are the underlying beliefs and thought patterns that might be contributing to these challenges? Do you believe you are destined to struggle financially? Do you believe you are unworthy of love? Take a moment to identify those limiting beliefs, those insidious programs running in the background of your mind. Once you've pinpointed a few, write them down. Bring them to the forefront of your awareness, for only then can you begin to dismantle their power. And consider the concept of what we will call mental residue. Like sediment at the bottom of a glass, past experiences and traumas can leave behind mental residue, unresolved emotions, and limiting beliefs that continue to shape your reality, even unconsciously. Imagine a person who experienced abuse in childhood. Even if they consciously believe they have moved past that trauma, the unresolved pain and fear may linger, subtly influencing their choices and attracting similar experiences later in life. They might unconsciously seek out abusive relationships or sabotage their own success out of a fear of being vulnerable. Clearing this mental residue through practices like therapy, shadow work, and emotional release techniques is essential for creating a more positive and fulfilling existence. Unless you clean up your mental house, how can you expect to build something beautiful and lasting? This process of clearing out the old to make way for the new mirrors, the alchemical process, specifically the stage known as nigrido, or the blackening. Now, what does this have to do with upgrading the system? The alchemical stage of nigrido represents the initial descent into darkness, the confrontation with one's shadows, fears, and self-deceptions. It's the necessary first step in any true transformation. Think of it as the demolition phase, where old structures must be torn down to make way for new construction. This stage often involves facing uncomfortable truths about oneself and the world, shattering illusions and questioning long-held beliefs. It's not easy. It's about realizing that the values and goals you've been pursuing are not truly your own, but rather have been imposed upon you by society, your family, or some other external force. As you awaken to the true nature of the simulation, a feeling of disillusionment and despair may arise, a sense that everything you thought you knew was a lie. But don't despair. This darkness, this nigrido, is not an end, but a beginning. It's the fertile ground from which new growth can emerge. Following nigrido comes albedo, the whitening. This is the stage of purification, where you begin to cleanse your mind of negative thoughts and beliefs, much like polishing a tarnished mirror to reveal its true brilliance. Practices like meditation, affirmations, and cognitive reframing become invaluable tools during this phase. In cognitive reframing, you consciously challenge and reframe negative thought patterns into more positive and empowering ones. Instead of thinking, "I am a failure," you might reframe it as, "I am learning from my mistakes, and each setback brings me closer to success." It's not about denying the reality of your challenges, but about choosing a perspective that empowers you to overcome them. Self-compassion and forgiveness are also essential during albedo. Be kind to yourself as you navigate this process of transformation, and remember that everyone makes mistakes. Forgive yourself for past failures and release any lingering guilt or shame. To truly harness the power of albedo, let's engage in a simple belief reprogramming technique. Choose a limiting belief that you identified earlier, something like, "I am not good enough," or "I will never be successful." Now, create a corresponding affirmation, a positive statement that directly contradicts that limiting belief. For example, you might say, "I am worthy of love and respect," or "I am capable of achieving great things." Repeat this affirmation to yourself several times a day with feeling and conviction. Visualize yourself already embodying that affirmation, feeling the emotions associated with it. The key is repetition and emotional engagement. The more you repeat the affirmation, the more deeply it will be ingrained in your subconscious mind. As you begin to truly believe in the affirmation, your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors will begin to align with it, and your reality will start to shift accordingly. As we transform, let's bring back the symbol of the serpent. Often demonized, especially within Western traditions, The serpent is, in fact, a powerful symbol of knowledge and transformation. Think of the serpent shedding its skin, a visual representation of leaving behind old beliefs and embracing new perspectives. The serpent can represent both deception and enlightenment, the potential for both good and evil. By embracing the serpent's wisdom, by acknowledging the shadow self and confronting uncomfortable truths, we can navigate the complexities of the simulation and break free from its limitations. Should we fear the serpent, or embrace its transformative power, recognizing that true wisdom comes from facing the darkness within? Ultimately, the energy that flows through this simulation, through this reality, follows our thoughts. What does that mean to you? Energy follows thought. This is a core principle to understand if you intend to consciously participate in this simulation. This means that your thoughts are not just fleeting mental events, they are powerful forces that shape your reality. Every thought you have creates a specific frequency, a vibration that attracts corresponding experiences. If you consistently focus on thoughts of lack and scarcity, you will attract situations and experiences that reinforce those thoughts. You might find yourself struggling financially, encountering unexpected expenses, or missing out on opportunities for abundance. This is not a punishment, but simply a reflection of your dominant thought patterns. This concept closely relates to the law of attraction, but it's important to understand that it's not just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about aligning your energy, your entire being, with your desired outcomes. It's about feeling abundant, feeling worthy, feeling loved. Only then will you truly attract those experiences into your life. Intention takes this concept a step further, acting as a form of directed energy that can be used to consciously shape reality within the simulation. What do you truly desire? What outcome do you want to experience? Clear, focused intention acts like a laser beam, cutting through the noise and directing your energy towards a specific goal. Visualizing a successful business deal with clarity and conviction, for example, can significantly increase the likelihood of it manifesting in reality. However, intention is most potent when aligned with universal principles, with values like compassion, generosity, and service to others. If your intentions are solely focused on personal gain, without regard for the well-being of others, your efforts may be met with resistance, either from the simulation itself or from your own subconscious mind. Vibration is another critical component. Everything in the universe is in constant motion, vibrating at different frequencies. These vibrations manifest as different realities, different dimensions of experience. Lower vibrations are associated with negative emotions like fear, anger, and resentment, while higher vibrations are associated with positive emotions like love, joy, and gratitude. We have the power to consciously raise our vibration, to tune into more desirable realities within the simulation. This can be achieved through a variety of practices, such as listening to uplifting music, spending time in nature, practicing gratitude, engaging in creative activities, and connecting with others in meaningful ways. Meditation is also a powerful tool for raising vibration, as it allows you to quiet the mind and connect with your inner source of peace and joy. By consistently raising our vibration, we can begin to attract more positive experiences into our lives and unlock new possibilities within the simulation. Let's try a visualization exercise. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and imagine a specific goal or desire that you want to manifest in your life. See it clearly in your mind's eye, as if it is already a reality. Engage all of your senses in the visualization. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you taste? What do you feel? Feel the emotions associated with achieving that goal, the joy, the excitement, the gratitude. Release any doubts or fears that may arise during the visualization. Trust that you are worthy of receiving your desire and that the universe is conspiring to help you achieve it. Practice this exercise regularly, and you will strengthen your ability to manifest desired outcomes and consciously shape your reality. But who put this all in motion? As we begin to grasp the potential that lies within us, we must ask the next question. What about the architects? Perhaps the most intriguing question of all. Who or what are the architects of this simulation? Are they external entities, puppeteers pulling the strings from behind the scenes? Or could they be something far more complex, more intrinsic to our own existence? Consider this. What if the architects are, in fact, aspects of our own collective consciousness, the combined mental energy of humanity shaping the very fabric of reality? Or perhaps they are our higher selves, guiding us on a journey of growth and self-discovery. What if the challenges and obstacles we face in life are not arbitrary punishments, but rather carefully designed opportunities for us to learn and evolve? This perspective aligns with the concept of karma, the idea that we are ultimately responsible for our own experiences, that our actions create ripples that return to us in various forms. It also suggests that the architects are not separate from us, but rather deeply interconnected with our own consciousness. If this is the case, then we have far more agency than we might have previously believed. But it also raises a more unsettling possibility, the Gnostic idea of a flawed creator, or demiurge, behind the simulation. What if this entity is not all-powerful or all-knowing, but rather a limited being who has created a system that is imperfect and prone to error? Is the suffering and injustice in the world intentional, a deliberate act of cruelty? Or is it simply the result of a flawed system, an experiment gone awry? Perhaps there are ways to bypass the demiurge, to connect with a higher source of consciousness, a more benevolent architect who can guide us towards a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. It's this path that we will travel next. To find this path, start with your own intuition. Learn to develop and trust your intuition as a means of receiving guidance from your higher self, from the architects of the simulation, or whatever source feels most resonant for you. Pay attention to synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that seem to defy logical explanation. Keep a journal to record your insights and experiences. Practice mindfulness, cultivating a state of present moment awareness. And most importantly, trust your inner voice, that quiet knowing that whispers beneath the surface of your conscious mind. Learn to recognize intuitive insights as glitches in the matrix, as messages from the simulation's programmers, nudging you in the right direction. And in this new, deeper understanding, the symbol of the cube takes on new meaning. The cube, a solid, unyielding form, represents the limitations and constraints of the material world, the perceived boundaries of the simulation. It represents the illusion of separation, the belief that we are limited by our physical bodies and our external circumstances. How do we transcend the cube? By recognizing our interconnectedness with all things, by embracing our infinite potential. The next step will show you ways to break free from the cube and experience higher dimensions of reality. Stay with me. So, as we stand here, on the precipice of a new understanding, let's draw together the threads we've been weaving. The Emerald Tablet, that cryptic guide, has illuminated our path through the labyrinth of the simulated reality. The Hermetic principles, correspondence, mentalism, vibration have revealed the underlying mechanics, the very levers we can use to shape our experience. Simulation theory, once a mere thought experiment, now provides a framework for understanding the nature of our reality, empowering us to become conscious participants in its creation. Remember, the Emerald Tablet serves as a compass, guiding us through the complexities of the simulation, using the Hermetic principles as our tools. Realize that our reality is not a fixed, predetermined path, but rather a fluid and dynamic construct molded by our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. Now, let's connect the dots. The alchemical stage of albedo, the purification of our minds, paves the way for rubedo, the reddening. What does this reddening truly signify within the context of our simulation? Rubedo represents the integration of all aspects of the self, the conscious embrace of our shadows and our light, and the realization of our full potential as co-creators of this reality. It's not merely about achieving enlightenment or self-mastery as an abstract concept. It's about embodying that mastery, becoming a living testament to the power of consciousness. It suggests we are not passive observers, but active participants with the capacity to shape the very fabric of our simulated existence. Let's take a moment to truly embody this integration. Allow yourself to envision your higher self, that version of you that is already living in alignment with your deepest values and desires. What does that person look like? How do they act? What qualities do they possess? Feel the love, the joy, the compassion that emanates from their being. Now, consciously draw those qualities into your own being, integrating them into your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. Step into the shoes of your higher self and begin to live from that place of authenticity and empowerment. And bringing our symbolic journey full circle, consider the integration of the serpent and the cube. Remember, the serpent represents knowledge and transformation, while the cube symbolizes the limitations of the material world. Integrating these symbols means wielding knowledge not to be imprisoned by limitations, but to transcend them. It's about understanding the rules of the game, not to be a pawn, but to become a master player. The union of the serpent's wisdom and the cube's structure represents the individual who has awakened to their true potential, capable of navigating the complexities of the simulation with grace and intention. This isn't about escaping reality, but about skillfully interacting with it. Personal transformation, we must acknowledge, is the cornerstone of collective awakening. As we heal ourselves, as we raise our vibration, we contribute to the healing and upliftment of the entire planet. This isn't just about individual enlightenment, it's about creating a ripple effect, transforming the world one conscious thought, one conscious action at a time. By tending to our inner landscape, we enrich the shared reality, cultivating a more positive and harmonious existence for everyone. But what are the wider implications? By understanding the nature of this simulation, we are empowered to actively shape its future, to manifest a more desirable reality for ourselves and for generations to come. Reflect on the kind of world you wish to inhabit. What values do you want to see reflected in the fabric of society? Now, use your power of intention, your ability to consciously create, to bring that vision into being. Act with compassion, with integrity, and with an unwavering commitment to the well-being of all. Your thoughts and actions have far-reaching consequences, shaping the very reality we collectively experience. Recall the principle of as above, so below. This highlights the profound responsibility we bear to manage our inner landscape, as it directly impacts our external experience. Neglecting this principle, remaining ignorant of the power of our minds, leads to a chaotic and unpredictable existence. But conscious application of this principle, a deliberate cultivation of inner harmony, paves the way for a life of profound meaning and fulfillment. The power to create lies within each of us, waiting to be awakened. Therefore, instead of viewing this simulation as a prison, recognize it as a mirror, reflecting our inner state back to us, presenting unparalleled opportunities for self-discovery and profound growth. Every challenge, every obstacle, every seemingly negative experience is a chance to learn, to evolve, and to become more fully ourselves. It's an invitation to step into our power and consciously shape our reality from the inside out. Let's return to those initial questions that sparked this exploration. The nature of reality, the identity of the architects, and the boundaries of the simulation. We can infer that the architects may not be external overlords, but rather aspects of our own collective consciousness or our higher selves, guiding us on this intricate journey. And we realize that the limits of the simulation are not fixed barriers, but self-imposed constraints stemming from our limiting beliefs and unconscious programming. We have the power to rewrite those programs, to expand our consciousness, and to unlock new possibilities within this reality. So, what does it truly mean to exit the simulation? It doesn't necessarily entail physically escaping this reality, disappearing into some other dimension. Instead, it means transcending its limitations, experiencing higher states of consciousness, and becoming fully realized beings within this very existence. This transcendence involves mastering our thoughts, our emotions, and our intentions, aligning them with our highest values and our deepest desires. It also involves recognizing our interconnectedness with all things, embracing our infinite potential, and living from a place of love, compassion, and unwavering faith. The Emerald Tablet, then, serves as a timeless guide, a roadmap for navigating the complexities of this simulated reality and achieving self-mastery. Continue to study its principles, to experiment with its teachings, and to apply its wisdom to your daily life. And above all, remember that the true power lies within you, waiting to be unleashed. You are not a victim of this reality. You are its co-creator. Therefore, let's conclude on a note of empowerment, a resounding affirmation of your ability to create positive change in your life and to contribute to a more beautiful world. You have the power to rewrite the code of your reality, to manifest your dreams, and to live a life of purpose, passion, and unwavering joy. Embrace that power and step boldly into the future, knowing that you are the architect of your own destiny. But the journey doesn't end here. It's only just beginning. Are there other simulations nested within this simulation, realities layered upon realities like an infinite onion? What awaits us after we exit this simulation, after we transcend its limitations and step into higher states of consciousness? How can we use our newfound knowledge to help others awaken, to guide them on their own journeys of self-discovery and empowerment? Consider the possibility of advanced techniques and practices that can further unlock the mysteries of this simulated reality. Lucid dreaming, where we become consciously aware that we are dreaming and can control the dream environment. Astral projection, where we consciously separate our consciousness from our physical body and explore other realms of existence. Remote viewing, where we use our minds to perceive distant locations and events. These are just glimpses of the vast potential that lies dormant within us, waiting to be awakened. Connect with each other, share your experiences, and continue to explore these concepts together. Leave your comments, your questions, and your insights in the comments section below. Let's create a community of conscious co-creators, supporting each other on this extraordinary journey. And be sure to subscribe to the channel for more insights into hacking reality and unlocking your full potential. In future videos, we'll delve deeper into specific Hermetic principles, explore advanced manifestation techniques, and unravel the mysteries of the architects. Until then, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep creating. The universe is waiting to be shaped by your conscious intent.